Legislation to punish Saudi Arabia for the killing of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi and for its role in the conflict in Yemen was introduced Thursday by a bipartisan group of senators who said the Trump administration failed to hold a key ally to account.
Here's a summary of the article.
Legislation to punish Saudi Arabia for the killing of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi and for its role in the conflict in Yemen was introduced Thursday by a bipartisan group of senators who said the Trump administration failed to hold a key ally to account. The bill would prohibit some arms sales to Saudi Arabia and bar U.S. in-flight refueling of Saudi coalition aircraft involved in the civil war in Yemen. The introduction of the bill comes ahead of what Senator Bob Menendez, the top Democrat on the Foreign Relations Committee, described as a February 8 deadline for the Trump administration to determine whether Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is personally responsible for Khashoggi's murder inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in October. Trump has sought to emphasize the importance of the U.S. alliance with Saudi Arabia while questioning whether Prince Mohammed ordered Khashoggi killed. The Senate adopted a non-binding resolution in December saying Prince Mohammed is responsible for Khashoggi's murder. The Trump administration has already imposed sanctions on Saudis accused of involvement in the killing of Khashoggi but hasn't targeted Prince Mohammed, who has denied having any role. While Saudi Arabia is a strategic ally, the behavior of the Crown Prince, in multiple ways, has shown disrespect for the relationship and made him, in my view, beyond toxic, Graham said in a statement.
This post received a score of 54,288, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
They shouldn't be an ally in the first place.
Money is like a good pair of tits. They defy reason.
But even a good pair of tits can't defy gravity. And you know what gravity's motto is, let's bring those fucks down.
Just like an identical pair of towers.
They weren't identical.
One is always lower Amorite.
Let's censure the Saudis for stealing our planes and ramming them into our buildings. Long overdue and never too late.
For real came here to say this. They in no way should ever be our ally, but oil so they are.
As time goes on, being a net oil exporter isn't an all-of-the-time thing yet, hence fact-checkers' tendency to jump on a broad claim, but give it about a year and the U.S. will be a continuous net oil exporter. North America has been an oil exporting bloc for over a year now. The cool thing is this lets us fuck with Russian, Saudi, and Iranian oil revenues by tilting global oil supplies. It's anticipated that within the next year or so an Israel, Jordan, KSA, Egypt pact will emerge, and for better or worse the Palestinians will be offered a take-it-or-leave-it final offer. Jordan and Egypt don't like them, especially after it's not Mideast peace, but it is a solidification that unifies Israel with the more reliable Arab League states and tames many elements of regional sectarian hostility.
So I knew of the Black September organization but not what gave birth to it. Hilarious that they had a failed invasion and then when they, failed, they felt so slighted they had to start with reprisal attacks.
It's the dumbest shit. And they wonder why none of their neighbors like them.
So the Gov orders the killing and now wants to execute the people following the orders to appease the world. Yeah, hopefully we can call them out on this BS.
MBS, go kill that journalists. Saudi assassins, yes, your majesty. MBS, now, for the crime of murder, I condemn you to death. Saudi assassins, shocked yellow pokebug face.
Saudi assassins, am I a joke to you?
We've had a big problem here in Oregon with Saudis committing crimes and, despite having their passports seized, they have been able to flee back to Saudi Arabia and escape all charges. These include a fatal hit-and-run, rape and other sexual assault-type charges that go back almost 2 decades. I wonder how many other states and countries the Saudis are skirting justice. Canadian here. They helped rape suspects flee our country. Fuck Saudi Arabia.
Word.
I can't speak for those examples, but my roommate's friend in El Paso was Saudi Arabian and got stopped at a checkpoint with an expired visa and was in jail for almost a year while they worked it out. As soon as they let him go, he left and said he was never coming back. My boss worked in Saudi Arabia for 5 years, so I asked him if he recognized the guy's last name. Supposedly the guy was from a powerful family. My boss said that he was part of the second most powerful family in all of Saudi Arabia. One thing is for sure, the guy won't ever come back to the US.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.